Hello and welcome back to Dorking Wanderers. This is part 4 of our save, and today we're going to look at transfers coming into the club. Now, what I've done overnight, I've tried to see if I can find anybody, because this can take hours for everybody to want to have a contract. But anyway, I found 18 players. And what we're going to do, we're going to give each and every one of these a contract while you're here to see whether they're going to come to the club or whether they're going to take another club on. So there's the list of 18 players that I found. And in column AF here is the potential for each of these players. So we're going to start by trying to sign the one with the highest potential figure of 397. These ones shouldn't come because these are very much high up on the list at League One, I would think. So we're going to start with the first one. This is Josh Tobin, and he has an agent. But we're going to click on Josh. Let's have a look at approach to sign. Breakthrough prospect. Now you see these things underneath where it says will find loan move to assist player development. Click off these because these are promises that you can't keep for a lot of players. And as I said, we're not going to sign any star players or important players, just breakthrough and future. Now you can see here he's asking for 275 on a long contract. Now we've only got £963, I think it is, to spend on all 18 players here. So we're not going to offer him an appearance fee only contract because it means any club can come in and he can just disappear. So we're going to ask for a part-time contract. Now when you see £275, I normally divide that by 3 and ask him that for a contract. So I'm going to see whether he will come here for £90 per week and a 2025 contract. Let's see if that works. Yes, it does. Okay, so we will now put in there £90. What I'm going to do towards the bottom here, I'm going to bring the total down so we can keep an eye on each player's progress before we get to this 900 and the club won't offer us any more. So you can see here 963. But the way we can build this up, and I can't do it just yet, so I will show you how to take that scouting budget money, or some of it, into the transfer budget and then across into the wage budget, but we'll do that when I can physically do it. Right, now we're going to look at the second player here, Callum Cisse. Put them in alphabetical order, so it shouldn't be too difficult to find. And again, approach to sign. Important player this time, and we don't want important players unless this is going to be small money. Let's see where we go with this one. Right, he wants to come for £250 a week. We can't change this, so he would have to come to July or the end of June 2026 on a part-time contract. Just go down to £230 there, see if we can get him for that. Yes, we can. So 230 26. When I do get down to this figure here of around 900, I will then see whether these players want to come, because there's going to be a lot that aren't coming, and then that will free up some money then to spend on the second half. Right, the next one I'm going to look at is Billy Brooks. Irish midfield central, Approach to sign, breakthrough again this one, and he wants to come for £55 appearance fee, so we will clear that off and give him a part-time contract. I like to start on a minimum of around £25, and again to 2025. No, he won't accept that. So this time we go up to £30 instead of 25, and we just keep going up by £5 until he takes it. Yep, there we go. £30 to 2025. So the next one we're going to look at is a Polish defence left, Kasper Grusinski, or something similar to that. There we go. Approach to sign, another breakthrough prospect, which is what we're looking for. And he would come here for £90. So again, we divide that by 3, so we give an offer for this guy to come on a part-time contract for £30 to 2025. No, he doesn't want £30 worth, so we go up for £5. So let's try £35. Yeah, that's okay. And the next one we're going to look at is Kianoli Engrapisi, which I'm sure it's not pronounced like that, but we will have a look at the name and you decipher that one yourself. Approach to sign, again a breakthrough prospect. Do not be locked into these, which are promises, so click that off. And he's looking for somewhere around £250 a week, so we'll divide that by 3 and we'll offer him £80. Alright, so there's £80 to 2025, and we'll see if he's interested in that, and he is. And we're now up to 465, so about halfway, so I don't think we're going to get all these players in one go. Right, the next one we're going to look for is Bogdan Marian. There we go. Approach to sign, breakthrough prospect again. And he wants to come for £65 on an appearance fee only. So, part-time contract, which I always start off with 25, and that's been rejected. So again, part-time contract, this time we'll go £30 to 25. No, it doesn't want that, so we'll go £35. And that's been accepted. That's 35. Now we're going for a goalkeeper this time, Matthew Laycock. Okay. Approach to sign, future prospect. and he wants 140. So again, click off all that, come to part-time. We'll offer him a third, so we'll give him around £40. 25. Doesn't want that. So we'll go £45 next. So it's £45, and that time it's been accepted. So you can see when these players come on for stupid amounts of money, you can bid them down. Always try and give them a part-time contract if it lets you. The next one we see is Jake G. Another breakthrough prospect. And he wants £220. So divide that up, should give you about 70. But I'm going to try and offer him just that little bit less. We'll go 60 to start with. I'll take that. So back in a part-time contract. This time we're going to offer him £65. And this time it's been accepted. So same contract again to the end of the 25 season, and this time £65. We're up to 610, so we're getting close. Got about another 350 to spend. Right, Olamide Ibrahim. That's going to be our next one to look at. Approach to sign, another breakthrough. And he wants £70 per week. So part-time, we'll start at £25. Okay. So the next one we will go to will be £30. And that's been rejected as well, so we'll go up now to 35. Sometimes this can backfire. Right, £35 has been accepted. Theoretically, because the players' ratings or points are getting lower, the money that the player wants should decrease as well. Right, Jaden Drakes Thomas will be next. Approach to sign. Again, we have a promise here, so click off that promise. And he's asking for £140. So again, click on the part-time, and we'll go to something around £40 to start. Which has been rejected, so we'll up it to 45. And always remember, if you're going to get these players that you think are going to be okay, potentially always make sure you give them a 2-year contract. It's rejected £45. So we'll try 50. There we go, that's been accepted for £50. A lot of these players might not actually break into your first team straight away, but it will fill the spaces. Right, the next one is Mackay Townsend West. There we go. Notes to sign. Again, click off the promise. Breakthrough prospect. And he's looking for £230. I did say they should go down in money, not up. So we'll offer him 60 to start with, which is a bit under a third. I don't really want to pay much more than that. So that's been rejected. So we'll look at 65. No. So we'll go on to £70 for a part-time contract, which is where I should have started really. Yep, so he's accepted £70. So we've got around 200 left to spend. And we've still got 7 to do, so it doesn't look like we're going to make it, but the majority at least have been offered contracts and the higher points. Ben Caninda. Again, we have a promise here, we need to get rid of that. Breakthrough prospect, let's see what Ben wants. And he wants 210. So again, I will be starting here with a £60 part-time contract. 2 years again on that. I've hit the button twice, which isn't good. Means I've given him the wrong contract, which I'm not happy about. How I'm going to change that, I don't think I can. Let's try and change it. This could go pear-shaped, this. Let's try £60. This could automatically go red. So let's just go to 70 here. Right, thank God for that, it's worked out. So I've got to make sure I don't do that again. Right, so £70 over 2 years. And the next player we're going to look now is Sam Bailey, but we are beginning to run short of money now. We've only got about 130 to spend. It could be less than that. So let's have a look at the scouting budget here. I still can't move that, which isn't good. I still can't move the track. I think you have to move the date on before you can do this, because I'm still on the first date of when we started. Sam Bailey. And click off that. This is another one that wants £220, so we will start at 60. No. So that's been rejected, so we'll go to 65. Alright, and that's been accepted, so 65 there. But are we going to be lucky to get the next one in or not? I think we could stop at that one for now. We've spent 900. So before we do anything else, let's go on and move the date, then possibly we'll be able to carry on. So into the inbox. We accept the current vision. Create the tactics that we're going to use. Well, we know there it is. It's going to be a 4-4-2. And this is because I put him on the transfer list and put him in the under 21, so he'll be no longer playing at the club. So let's discuss the issue with Briggs. They're never happy, these players, whatever you give them. I think we both know you don't have a future at the club. That's it for me. Downcast. I hear you, but my decision is final. So that's the end of that. So let's move the date forward and then go back into the scouting, see if we can carry on or not. I don't know why I go on to these sometimes, but I just skip it all to the end. That's that. Let's go back into the scouting. Right, so we can move the scouting budget down as far as we can and put this extra money into the transfer budget. See, now we've increased that to 35. Still got 963 in the wage budget. So we click on here and we increase the wage budget, right, and set the transfer budget really at 0 because we don't need to buy anybody at this level. So you can see now the wage budget has risen to 1,640. So we can carry on with the last 5 players that we want to give contracts to. So back into the short list that I've made. Marquis Martins. I don't really do fringe players, so really would like him to be a breakthrough prospect. He wants to be fringe. Maybe a squad player, I think. Don't really like these fringe players. Now he wants 130 on an appearance only. So again, we'll come into part-time, and this time we will offer him £40, which is roughly a third of what he wanted on a paper play. Doesn't want £40. So let's try 45. No, he's not going to accept that. So if this next one doesn't work, then that'll be one that we're not going to get. Right, that's that one, so he won't be coming. So that's been rejected. Now we've got Amari Brown. plays on an MR, so quite an important player for us really. Right, future prospect. And he wants 210. So again, click off that, back into a part-time. We'll offer him £60 per week over 2 years. He has accepted that. Now the next one we're going to look at is Tyler Caton. Plays on an MC. Breakthrough prospect. This just makes it easier when you're getting these players on breakthrough and future, that they're not going to ask you why they're not playing, because they've really been put in for the under 21s. Right, he wants £55 as an appearance fee. So again, let's go into here, offering 25, which you can see that they're not really taken at this level. No. So we'll offer him now £30. And this time that's been taken. But still not bad, because we've made offers on a lot of players under, well, it's just going to be over 1,000, isn't it? Maybe up to 1,100. It's still good. Hayden Linley. Next. Take off the promise, leave it as a breakthrough. And he wants to come for 275. And as we know, we divide that 3, which is 90. So we'll start off with £80 over 2 years on a part-time contract. And he's accepted that straight away. And the last one we're going to look at is Elliot Jenks. Another one there with promise, get rid of that. And he's looking for 250, so we'll take off that. Part-time. I will offer him something around £70 to start with over 2 years, and he's accepted £70. Now, even if these people want to sign, we don't necessarily have to sign all these players. Some of them look like they're a little bit more expensive than others when you think of him on 359 potential and £70, and the top one here on 397 potential, for 90. So 70 and 90, not a lot of difference, but there is a big difference in the quality of player. And you can see our estimated value of the players going all the way down to that last one there. It was only 87,000, whereas everybody else is in 6 figures. And we've managed to accumulate somewhere around £1,140. And that's going to be it for now on that. And I can only say, well, I can move it forward a little bit before I go, just to see if anybody wants to come. This bit, I don't know why they put this on here. This is not of any interest at all to me. waste a little bit more time, that I think. And what I'll do today, I'll take this along until the first friendly, and I'll see if anybody who we wanted to sign is actually going to come before that. So today on the game there is the beginning of pre-season, and let's hope we can achieve what the board wants us to. Never bother going to these try-this games. That's the code of conduct, which we just confirm every time. These are the players that are already out on loan from the club. And this is what normally happens now. Offers made for the players that we've made offers for. Introduce yourself to the squad. This is pretty easy. I like to introduce myself and I have nothing else to say. Everything comes up slightly positive and that's good enough for me. See, and this is where we look on. There are the promises, but we don't have any. So make sure that you click off those. And after this friendly, which we cannot cancel, but it's against one of our affiliated clubs, but after that I will change every one of them. Right, we'll attend the press conference. Let's see what they have to say to us. Welcome, first of all, John. How do you feel sat here as the new Dorking manager? Overwhelming emotion? I don't think so. I'm pleased to be given the chance. What was it about Dorking that appealed so much? Well, nothing really. Thought this was the best place to grow. Was there anything that gave you reason to think this job might not have been the right one for you? That one down the bottom, that's okay. Having spent the majority of the career in the lower reaches of the game, of course, I set myself as a Dorking manager, not as Pep Guardiola, as some people like to do in the game. So I could be useful, yes. I know what it takes to succeed at this level. It can't be an enviable task for you to follow in the footsteps of a legend. Tell me now, does any team this low down have legends? It isn't easy for me. I'm confident in my abilities. That's it. How much work do you think is needed to bring the squad up to standard? Quite a lot, so we'll go. I don't know the answer to that yet. Have you met the players only briefly? Do you have a message for the Dorking fans? I know that respect is earned. Where can this club go under your leadership? We'll take one thing at a time. And your approach on the training ground. Has to be a balance. How important is it to have players like Harrison Mail to build around? Right, everyone has to. Will Barry Fuller remain your captain? I haven't made any decisions yet. How would you go about improving the Dorking squad? No comment. and that will be us finished. Right. Yeah, we'll be focusing on the lead. Thank God that's it. I hate all these questions. You have to keep going forward with it, unfortunately. You can decline, of course. Moving now into the second day of the job, into the 5th. Let's see. Right, Spikes, that's one of ours. 19 years of age. 3 lone figures have come in for him. And we'll go yes on this one as they've offered 300 a month. And that one I'm not going to accept either. And why did this one? Get rid of that one as well. So we've got one going forward there. And are we going to get any players get to the club before the first friendly? Yes, we are. Bogdan Marian. So that's that. That's the first one that's come. So we'll copy and paste him into the strikers. And I'll leave that down the bottom just for now. I will sort that out a little bit later. So we'll accept that one. And as you can see, when I was copy and pasting him in here, yes, he's got a very good potential, but 312 will not put him in the first team. So he will go into the under-21s. So I'll do that for now. Just push him into there while the game was catching up. Right, so hopefully he will impress us and move on with that potential gives him, and he'll be a good player for us. Let's see what they say down the bottom there. Very pleased to make such an excellent signing. Send on an intensive language course, which I think I need just for English. Right. So let's have a look at this guy here, Unit. So near it there at the moment. 27 years of age, plays an MR, and he is listed. So yeah, we'll accept the offer from Scunthorpe. This Stegman guy, which is a DC, isn't good at all really. It's not worth having him here, so we may as well let him go. We'll attend the press conference. Delighted to be able to welcome him to the club. It's the same questions every time. Right, well this is very positive down the bottom anyway. There you go, thank God that's finished. Right, so we've got Matthew Laycock coming. That was our goalkeeper who was released from Peterborough. So that's the second one coming out of the lot. Now, he will be good enough to fit into second place there. So this guy will go on the listed and loaned list, if you like. Matthew Laycock will come up to the senior squad. Right, so that's then moved. So first of all, let's just run the game on, see what they say about him. So happy to assign such a good player. So we're now going to move him up to the senior squad. The other guy that came in a little bit earlier, Marianne. Let's see where they've put him. Yep, he's in the under 21s. That's where he will stay for now. And we'll go into the top squad. We're going to look at Slavomir Hook, which was our second goalkeeper in the senior squad, which is now going to go into the under 21s, and he will be put there for loan and list. And remember how we do this. Available for loan, 100%, and transfer listed. And we'll move him down to the under 21s. The other thing I just forgot to do for Matthew Laycock, let's go back into Marianne will go as unavailable for loan. I want him to stay at the club. And go back to the first team here, Matthew Laycock. We also need to make him unavailable as well. That's those. Let's see if we can get anybody within the next 2 days on here before the start of our first friendly, which we will come back in the next episode to show you. So when you are looking to buy players, remember that the numbers, the ratings, have to be higher than these two to have a number one. It doesn't matter if you can't find anyone at 341, but to improve your squad, you must find players that naturally have a higher number. So hopefully as the season goes on, Matthew Laycock's figures will improve past the 316 to become the number one, because he does have plenty of potential that could happen within the next 6 months at the club. So we're now on the morning of the 8th of July, where we have the friendly away at Red Hill. We'll just see if anybody else is going to make it. These are more players that we're looking at. Another waste of time, that one. I think that's going to be basically it for today's episode. Yeah, let's come on to the game now. So this is where we're going to end it. The next game, or the first game, will be the friendly, and we will then carry on after that to see if any more of our transfers are going to join the club. But at least we've got 2 so far, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.